Eggs seem simple, wholesome, straight from the farm. But for Canadians over 50, hidden dangers lurk inside that shell. Salmonella outbreaks affecting multiple provinces. Misleading labels hiding factory conditions. Today, we expose 9 Canadian egg brands to avoid at all costs, and reveal the 2 actually worth your trust. Coming in at number 9, we have no-name eggs. The bright yellow packaging promises affordability and simplicity. No frills, just eggs. But in January 2025, no-name eggs were part of a massive multi-province recall due to possible salmonella contamination. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency issued urgent warnings across British Columbia, Ontario, Manitoba, and potentially other provinces and territories. Here is the betrayal. The carton looks clean. The eggs inside appear perfectly normal. There is no smell, no visible sign of contamination. But salmonella does not announce itself. It hides. And for seniors, this invisible threat is far more dangerous than it is for younger people. According to Public Health Agency research, seniors hospitalized with salmonella infections stay in hospital 2 to 3 days longer than younger adults. The bacteria attacks harder. Recovery takes longer. And for those already managing blood pressure medications or kidney conditions, a severe bout of food poisoning can trigger cascading health complications. Your doctor carefully balanced your medications over months or years. One contaminated egg can throw that entire balance into chaos. No-name eggs are distributed through Loblaws, Real Canadian Superstore, and countless other major retailers. They sit in refrigerators across the country, looking innocent while potentially carrying bacteria that could land you in a hospital bed. The price tag may be low, but the potential cost to your health is anything but. When you crack open that shell, you have no way of knowing what is waiting inside. At number 8, we have Golden Valley eggs, Golden Valley markets, itself with images of sunny farms and wholesome goodness. The name itself evokes rolling pastures and happy hens pecking at golden grain. But the reality behind that golden branding tells a very different story. In the January 2025 recall, Golden Valley eggs appeared repeatedly on the Canadian Food Inspection Agency warning list. Multiple product sizes were affected: 12 egg cartons, 18 egg cartons, 30 egg value packs, even the jumbo-sized 20 egg packages, all potentially contaminated with salmonella. The eggs were traced back to a single Manitoba farm that tested positive for the bacteria. But here is what they do not tell you on the carton. Golden Valley is not some quaint family operation. It is part of a massive industrial egg distribution network with state-of-the-art facilities in Abbotsford, British Columbia, connected to one of Ontario's largest egg grading operations. The name sounds local and trustworthy. The reality is a sprawling corporate infrastructure. For seniors who carefully read labels looking for quality, the Golden Valley name offers false reassurance. The valley is not golden. It is a factory distribution system where contamination at one source can spread across multiple provinces before anyone notices. Your eggs traveled through a complex supply chain, passing through multiple warehouses and transport vehicles. Somewhere along that chain, safety failed, and you had no way of knowing until the recall hit the news. The recall notice stated clearly, food contaminated with salmonella may not look or smell spoiled, but can still make you sick. Young children, pregnant women, the elderly, and people with weakened immune systems may contract serious and sometimes deadly infections. Deadly. That word appeared in the official government warning. Yet these eggs were sitting on store shelves, looking perfectly normal, waiting to be purchased. Now at number 7, we have Compliments eggs. Compliments is the Sobeys house brand. The packaging features reassuring language about quality and value. When you pick up a carton of Compliments eggs, you trust that a major Canadian grocery chain has done the vetting for you. You assume someone is watching, someone is checking. That trust was shattered in January 2025. Compliments large size. White eggs and extra large size white eggs were both included in the salmonella recall. Multiple lot codes, multiple expiry dates, distributed across multiple provinces. The contamination was not limited to one batch. It was widespread enough to trigger one of the largest egg recalls in recent Canadian history. What makes this particularly troubling for seniors is the specific health risks. Salmonella infection can cause severe dehydration from vomiting and diarrhea. For older adults managing conditions like high blood pressure or taking medications that affect kidney function, This dehydration can be dangerous. Blood pressure can drop suddenly. Medications can become less effective or more concentrated in the bloodstream. A night spent in the bathroom can become a medical emergency by morning. The official CFIA notice stated that even healthy people may experience short-term symptoms, including fever, headache, vomiting, nausea, abdominal cramps, and diarrhea. But for seniors, these are not just inconveniences. A 2017 study analyzing Canadian hospitalization data found that 50% of all salmonella-related hospitalizations in adults occurred in seniors, and 82% of the deaths from salmonella were seniors. Those statistics are worth repeating. Over half the hospitalizations, over 80% of the deaths. The bacteria that healthy adults shake off in a few uncomfortable days can be fatal for someone over 65, and complements eggs were sitting in your refrigerator. Number 6 brings us to Western Family Eggs. Western Family is the house brand found in Save-On Foods, Price Smart Foods, and other Western Canadian grocery chains. It carries an air of regional authenticity, a family name you can trust, local eggs from local farms, the kind of brand that makes you feel like you are supporting your community, except when those local eggs are recalled for potential salmonella contamination, as they were in January 2025. Western Family Extra Large Size white eggs and large size white eggs were both on the CFIA recall list. The contamination was linked to the same Manitoba farm source that affected multiple other brands. The same bacteria, the same risk, just a different label. This reveals something important about the Canadian egg industry that most consumers never realize. Many different brands often come from the same facilities. The carton may say Western Family or Golden Valley or No Name, but the eggs inside might have been graded and packed at the same location. The branding is different, but the supply chain is shared. You think you are making a choice. In reality, you might be getting the exact same eggs in a different box. For seniors trying to make informed choices about food safety, this is deeply concerning. You cannot simply avoid one brand and feel protected. The contamination can spread across multiple brand names because they share the same industrial infrastructure. Western Canada has faced particular pressure on egg supplies in recent years due to avian influenza outbreaks affecting local flocks. This has led to more eggs being shipped interprovincially, increasing the complexity of the supply chain and the potential for contamination to spread further before being detected. Your eggs might have crossed 2 or 3 provincial borders before reaching your local store. Do you think recalls are accidents, or just the ones they actually got caught on? Drop your thoughts in the comments. At number 5, we have IGA eggs. IGA has been a trusted name in Canadian grocery for decades. The stores feel familiar, community-oriented. The staff know your name. When you buy IGA house brand eggs, you feel like you are supporting something local and established. But IGA extra large eggs were included in the January 2025 Salmonella recall. Same contamination source, same invisible threat, same risks for seniors who trusted the brand name on the carton. Here is what makes the IGA situation particularly frustrating. Many IGA stores are independently owned and operated. The store owner in your community might genuinely care about quality. They might take pride in their produce section. They might personally check the dairy cooler every morning, but they have no control over what happens at the farm level or during distribution. They receive eggs from major suppliers and trust that safety protocols were followed. That trust failed. The eggs arrived contaminated, and they were placed on shelves and sold to customers who had no idea they were taking home a potential health hazard. The small business owner you have known for years had no idea either. For seniors managing chronic conditions, every meal is a calculation. You think about sodium for your blood pressure. You think about protein for muscle maintenance. You think about cholesterol and heart health. You read labels. You make careful choices. What you should not have to worry about is whether your breakfast will land you in the hospital. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency estimates that approximately 100,000 domestically acquired salmonella cases occur in Canada each year. 80% of these are foodborne. Eggs and poultry are among the most common sources, and seniors are among the most vulnerable victims. Every morning, thousands of Canadians crack eggs into a pan without knowing if today is the day their luck runs out. If this helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It is free, and it means you will never miss these exposés. Stick around. The solution for finding truly safe eggs comes at the very end, and it could change how you shop forever. Coming in at number 4, we have Foremost Eggs. Foremost is another brand that appeared on the January 2025 recall list. Foremost large-size eggs, 18 egg packages, multiple lot codes, distributed across British Columbia, Ontario, Manitoba, and possibly other provinces. The reach was significant. The brand recognition was not. The Foremost brand is not as widely recognized as some others on this list, but that is part of the problem. Lesser-known brands can fly under the radar. Consumers may not pay as much attention to recall notices for brands they do not immediately recognize. You scan the recall list, you do not see your usual brand. You assume you are safe. But Foremost eggs might be sitting in your fridge right now, unnoticed. The eggs sit in the refrigerator, get used, and the potential contamination is consumed before anyone checks. By the time you realize there was a problem, the evidence has been scrambled and eaten. The Foremost recall also highlights something seniors need to understand about: egg safety. The contamination was discovered through routine testing, not through reported illnesses. The CFIA stated there were no reported illnesses associated with the consumption of these products at the time of the recall. This sounds reassuring until you consider what it really means. The contamination was there. The eggs were distributed. People bought them and potentially ate them. We simply do not know if anyone got sick because the symptoms of Salmonella can be mistaken for other conditions. An elderly person experiencing nausea and stomach pain might chalk it up to something they ate. They might think it is just a bad day. They might not connect it to the eggs they had 3 days ago. The tracking system has holes, and seniors fall through them. Number 3 is Star Egg. Star Egg Company Limited, based in Saskatchewan, has been in the egg business for decades. They supply eggs across the prairies and have built a reputation as a regional staple. But they have also been involved in multiple recalls over the years. In February 2024, Star Egg was the recalling firm for eggs distributed in Saskatchewan due to possible Salmonella contamination. The affected products included Harmon medium-size eggs and various Star Egg branded products with specific lot codes. This is not a one-time incident. This is a pattern. When a company appears on recall lists repeatedly, it raises serious questions about their food safety protocols. Are they catching contamination quickly enough? Are their testing procedures adequate? Are the farms they source from following proper biosecurity measures? How many times does a company get to fail before consumers stop trusting them? For seniors, consistency matters. You want to trust that the eggs you have been buying for years are safe. You want to believe that familiarity equals reliability. You have been buying the same brand from the same store for a decade. That should mean something. But Star Egg's repeated appearance on recall notices suggests otherwise. The company serves a significant portion of the prairie egg market. Many seniors in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta have likely consumed Star Egg products without incident. But the recalls indicate systemic vulnerabilities that should concern anyone in the target demographic for severe Salmonella outcomes. One successful breakfast does not guarantee the next one will be safe. Why do you think the same food companies keep having recalls, yet their products are still on every shelf? Isn't it strange? At number 2, we have Grey Ridge Eggs. Grey Ridge Egg Farms has been operating since 1934, making it one of Ontario's oldest egg companies. The family history sounds impressive. Lyle and Ina Gray started a small grading station in Ridgetown, and their son Bill continues the tradition today. 3 generations of egg farming, a story that belongs on a heritage plaque. But here is what the heartwarming family story does not tell you. Grey Ridge is one of the largest egg processors in Ontario, grading over 3 million dozen eggs per week when you include their joint ventures. That is 36 million eggs every 7 days. They operate as part of National Egg, a marketing cooperative that supplies the Gold Egg brand nationally. This is not a small family farm. This is industrial agriculture with a folksy origin story. Remember Golden Valley Eggs from earlier in our list? Grey Ridge is an operating partner of Golden Valley Foods. The supply chains interconnect. The contamination risks are shared. When one company in the network has a problem, that problem can spread through the entire web of partnerships and distribution agreements. Beyond the recall connections, there are concerns about the farming practices behind conventional Gray Ridge eggs. A CBC Marketplace investigation tested eggs from multiple brands, including Gray Ridge. The conventional battery cage eggs from Gray Ridge had lower nutritional content compared to small farm, organic alternatives. The testing found that the conventional eggs had less vitamin D, less vitamin E, and less favorable omega-3 to omega-6 ratios. For seniors trying to support bone health, immune function, and heart health through diet, these nutritional differences matter. You eat eggs for the protein and nutrients. If those nutrients are depleted, you are getting less than you paid for. The cartons show images of farms and family values, but over 90% of eggs produced in Canada still come from conventional battery cage operations, where 6 to 8 hens live in each small cage with floor space smaller than a sheet of paper. The hens cannot stretch their wings. They cannot engage in natural behaviors. Gray Ridge does offer some free-run and organic options, but their conventional products remain their primary business. The heartwarming label masks a harsher reality, and the #1 brand to avoid is Burnbrae Farms. This one might surprise you. Burnbrae Farms is frequently voted Canada's most trusted egg brand. They have won multiple awards. They sponsor Canada Soccer. Their television commercials show smiling families enjoying nutritious breakfasts. They market themselves as a 6th-generation family business committed to quality and sustainability. But in January 2025, Burnbrae Farms was the source of the massive multi-brand Salmonella recall that affected No Name, Compliments, Golden Valley, IGA, Foremost, and Western Family Eggs. All of these brands were produced at Burnbrae facilities. Let that sink in. The most trusted egg brand in Canada, the one with the awards and the sponsorships and the feel-good advertising. They were the source of one of the largest egg recalls in recent memory. The contamination originated at one of their Manitoba farms, and it spread across their distribution network, affecting multiple store brands sold at major retailers across the country. Every brand we discussed today, almost all of them trace back to Burnbrae. The contamination spread because Burnbrae is so deeply embedded in the Canadian egg supply chain that when they fail, the failure ripples across the entire industry. Burnbrae's response emphasized that this was a rare incident affecting a limited quantity of eggs. They apologized for any concern or inconvenience. But for seniors who contracted salmonella from these eggs, inconvenience does not begin to describe the experience. Days of illness, possible hospitalization, medical bills, lasting effects on digestive health, all because the most trusted brand in Canada failed to keep their products safe. Beyond the recall, Burnbrae has faced criticism from animal welfare organizations for lack of transparency about their housing methods. Mercy for Animals investigated the company and found discrepancies in reporting on chicken living conditions, while Burnbrae claimed nearly 49% of their supply had shifted to alternative housing, including enriched cages. Critics argued these enriched systems still fail to meet consumer expectations for cage-free practices. A survey found that only 7% of Canadian consumers correctly understand what conventional egg housing actually looks like. 73% assume the hens experience better conditions than they actually do. The egg cartons feature illustrations of idyllic pastures and cheerful imagery, concealing the reality of industrial production. The marketing shows one thing, the farms deliver another. For seniors who care about both food safety and ethical considerations, Burnbrae's marketing promises one thing, while reality delivers something quite different. The most trusted brand in Canada delivered salmonella-contaminated eggs to households across multiple provinces. According to Public Health Agency of Canada research, salmonella cases in seniors could increase by 16% by 2028 due to demographic shifts. The aging population means more vulnerable people exposed to these risks. And companies like Burnbrae, despite their awards and marketing, continue to have contamination events that put this population at risk. The demographics are working against us. The industry is not working with us. Now that you know which brands to avoid, let us talk about the eggs that are actually worth buying. The first safe option is Yorkshire Valley Farms Organic Eggs. Yorkshire Valley Farms operates under strict organic standards, with small flock sizes, typically around 500 hens. Their eggs consistently test higher in key nutrients compared to conventional and large-scale organic alternatives. Smaller flocks mean better oversight. Better oversight means safer eggs. A CBC Marketplace investigation found that small farm organic eggs like those from Yorkshire Valley had an average of about 20% of the daily recommended value of vitamin E per one large egg. They also showed higher levels of vitamin D compared to conventional and large brand organic eggs. You are not just getting an egg, you are getting nutrition that actually registers. What makes Yorkshire Valley different starts at the farm level. They work with Ontario farmers who go through annual organic recertification. The hens live in free-range environments with genuine outdoor access when weather permits. The feed is certified organic without pesticides or genetically modified ingredients. Every step of the process is documented and verified. Yorkshire Valley also offers pasture-raised organic eggs as a seasonal specialty. These come from hens that spend a minimum of 6 hours outdoors per day on organically managed pasture with at least 20 square feet per hen. This goes far beyond the minimum requirements for organic certification. These hens live lives that actually resemble the images on conventional egg cartons. For seniors concerned about nutritional density, Yorkshire Valley eggs deliver more vitamins and a healthier omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. This matters for managing inflammation, supporting heart health, and maintaining immune function. The eggs cost more than conventional options, typically around $8 to $10 per dozen, but you are paying for genuine quality differences backed by independent testing. Your health is worth the investment. The second safe option is Organic Meadow Eggs. Organic Meadow is a farmer-owned cooperative that has been producing certified organic products since 1989. Their eggs come from hens raised under Canadian organic standards, which require free-range housing, organic feed, and no antibiotics. The cooperative model means farmers have direct stake in quality. In CBC Marketplace nutritional testing, Organic Meadow eggs scored the highest among all brands tested. They contained twice the amount of vitamin D compared to some conventional samples. They were also highest in vitamin E. When independent scientists put eggs in a lab, Organic Meadow came out on top. A dietitian analyzing the results for CBC found that Organic Meadow eggs had a healthier balance of fats, including better omega-3 to omega-6 ratios. This is important for anti-inflammatory diets, which are particularly relevant for seniors managing chronic conditions like arthritis, heart disease, or autoimmune disorders. The fats in your eggs affect the inflammation in your body. Better eggs mean better outcomes. North American diets typically have excessive omega-6 fatty acids relative to omega-3s. This imbalance has been identified as a potential factor in chronic disease risk. Organic Meadow eggs help correct this ratio. Every breakfast becomes an opportunity to improve your health rather than compromise it. The cooperative model means the farmers who produce the eggs are also the owners of the company. They have direct interest in maintaining quality and safety standards. This is fundamentally different from industrial operations, where farmers or contractors and executives focus primarily on volume and efficiency. When the farmer owns the company, quality becomes personal. Yorkshire Valley Farms actually now sells Organic Meadow eggs repackaged under their brand name through a partnership agreement. This means when you buy either brand, you are supporting the same network of committed organic farmers. Two trusted names. One network of quality producers. The egg industry in Canada promises freshness, quality, and safety. But as we have seen, those promises are frequently broken. Multiple brands traced back to contaminated facilities, misleading labels that hide factory conditions, nutritional claims that do not hold up under independent testing. The industry relies on your trust while failing to earn it. For seniors, the stakes are higher. Salmonella hits harder, hospital stays last longer. Recovery takes more time. Every egg you eat is a decision about your health. Make that decision with your eyes open. The solution is not complicated. Choose small farm organic producers with transparent practices and strong track records. Pay attention to recalls and check lot codes before consuming eggs. Store eggs properly in the refrigerator and cook them thoroughly until both whites and yolks are firm. Most importantly, do not trust marketing. Trust testing. Trust transparency. Trust the farmers who put their names and reputations behind their products. The flashy label means nothing. The track record means everything. Subscribe now, and if you are watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.